Hey everybody, Velocity Pete here. There's been a lot of headlines in the news this week that I think are very important to share with all of our e-commerce people out there, our e-commerce followers, or e-commerce sellers, other agency owners that you may have missed. You probably maybe might have saw them, but I'm going to tell them to you again with a little bit more of a emotional, passionate way as opposed to maybe just reading them off a screen. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to kind of dive into three topics today that I think are the most important in the last week or so of headlines that, again, I think you may have missed. And to be honest with you, you could have found all of this out already if you were subscribed to our newsletter. So I will have a link in that description down below for you to stay on topic and stay on top of all these different headlines along with us as I send out the newsletter every week or so. I think every 2 weeks. So, again, important topics this week. I am excited to dive into them. So let's get right to it. Our first topic you definitely may have heard about. It's definitely the most interesting one of this week. Similar to how Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg partnered up about 2 years ago. I want to say now 2 years ago with buying products right from Facebook off of Amazon, but on Facebook. There's a new similar partnership that I don't think any of us really expected, considering that these two were beefing for quite a while. Walmart and Amazon are partnering up, and they're going to allow you to fulfill your Walmart orders using MCF. That's a mouthful. Try saying that whole thing 3 times fast. I will not. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be great for anyone who wants to streamline this type of thing. Me personally, I love sending my products into AWD and having them just take care of everything. So this is another next step if I ever wanted to explore Walmart. There's some requirements with it. So, as expected, Walmart is saying that you can't ship things in Amazon packaging, of course. It has to be in unbranded delivery vehicles as well. So, no logos from either retailer, which is interesting. I guess they don't want, maybe Amazon pushed back on that too. But it makes sense. It's just an unmarked delivery vehicle and an unbranded box as well, is what we're hearing. This is going to be really, really useful for anyone wanting to streamline all these different services. And again, if you use multi-channel fulfillment and you are on Amazon and you're using Shopify and you're using Walmart, this is a great, easy way to keep all of your inventory in one place. Side note, if you are a seller using all three of those and then some, potentially more, if you need help managing your multi-channel fulfillment with Walmart now or for any of the other channels or any of the other brand management on those other channels, hit up Velocity Sellers. We know how to get that done. So very interesting that Walmart and Amazon are doing this. Again, they've been beefing for the last couple of months, up to maybe a couple of years now, even. Amazon has taken some blows. I think Walmart's very funny when they announced that their Prime Day, their version of Prime Day is going to be the day or the week or so before Amazon's. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I've mentioned that in a few episodes. They definitely know what they're doing here. But it is very interesting to see them come together on this. Again, I think at some point we're just going to have one Amazon, Walmart e-commerce platform. It's going to be just one, all of them come together and just form one big channel, one big website that we all shop from. So this is another next step into proving myself right and proving that theory right, that is going to be the case, that we're just going to kind of be giving up on differentiating from other websites, and it's just going to be all one giant one. So Shein and Temu are going to raise prices amid the tariff changes. Now, this did come out after the tariff changes went from some crazy number to a lesser crazy number. But they are still going to be raising prices specifically for American consumers. This should not come at a surprise, I think, to anybody. This is definitely something that I could see these foreign companies doing to sort of combat this, and kind of not get back at us per se, but still be profitable and still make money amidst these changes and these economic uncertainty almost, I will say. However, there is some other news surrounding the tariffs that they might revoke this, but it's sort of like the French fry example, if you've ever heard of that. When the price of potatoes goes up, the price of French fries goes up. But when the price of potatoes goes back down, the price for French fries will never go back down or never change. It's only going to go up from there because the French fry sellers, they know that you're going to pay full price for the French fries, or they know you're going to pay that higher price for it, so they're not going to raise it back down. So I don't think we will see Shein and Temu, two companies both known for having super low, unbelievable prices. All those commercials on either the Super Bowl or just regular TV of Shein and Temu. They're silly. You should look them up. Some of them are pretty silly, but they're very well known for having these tiny priced items, small priced items, lower priced items, certainly than Amazon or even more than sometimes at Alibaba. And so I will be interesting to see how their sales shake out next year, this time next year, looking at an increase in prices when again their whole model is we sell cheap clothes or we sell cheap products. So but going for our third topic, going back to Amazon, they are doing something very interesting. I think some people may have expected it, and some people are expecting this program to change in a certain way. Amazon is going to be pulling the plug on its posts, on Amazon posts. So if you haven't used those, one, you're missing out. You should use those. I guess you don't really have a lot of time. This episode is being recorded on June 12th, and this change is first going into effect on June 16th. So if you missed out on posts, they were a great free service. You would almost essentially post a picture like on Instagram. You could tag products underneath it. You could cross promote things. It was really free and easy for you to just get some extra views, some extra, impressions and extra visibility. We had one of our partners here had a post on, I believe it was Prime Day, that got 50,000 clicks and a really, really good click through rate. I won't share the rest of the numbers, but it was definitely a great, great service. I think the part of this, of what Amazon is doing here, is part of what they're doing is going to be, they're going to be making it paid, which again wouldn't surprise me. Sorry, Amazon. They can be quite greedy sometimes. Jeff needs his third or fourth super yacht for sure. But in any case, they are going to be removing them. Again, that new content creation will be ceasing. I think they put out June 16th is that, so they're not going to be able to allow any more posts from June 16th to be posted. The ones that you've posted before that will still exist, but then after that, on July 30th, is a complete shutdown. So you won't have a tab in your store. They won't exist anywhere on the Amazon side of things. Obviously, when you post things on the internet, they last forever. But for in this case, they are going to be moving them from the Amazon side of things entirely. It's a very interesting choice. They also have not had a whole lot of uh, tracking or direct performance tracking. I guess DPT, is that a term? I think I might have made that up. They haven't had a lot of DPT with the posts. Essentially, they don't really track the amount of metrics that you get, which is, I think, where they're going to be shifting towards is, again, making this a paid service. So, again, you have to pay for posts, but you also get a lot more information from them. So it could be a good trade-off. It could be something that we see is very prominent in the next wave of Amazon selling. The next big strategy is really leaning into posts, but it is still, it's interesting that they're going to make them paid. Again, this is just a theory. They're not confirmed. I don't know this for sure, but it feels like that's where they're going. And we've talked about this for a while internally at Velocity with our ads team of, posts are really almost too good to be true. They're just free visibility. So it feels like Amazon is going to start to put the clamps on it and start to make you pay a little bit more than what would obviously have been free before. So yeah, so that is our three topics. Again, big headlines from these past 2-3 weeks or so. Walmart is allowing you to use MCF, so make sure that if you are on Walmart and on Amazon, you're taking advantage of that to really streamline your shipping process. Shein and Temu, if you're on those platforms, expect to see some increased in fees, but also expect to see potentially some more profit. If you're selling on there, you can afford to maybe charge your products for more. So that's another positive. And then lastly, if your brand relied heavily on posts, you got to figure something else out. They are removing Amazon posts from the store, so or from the website, from the Amazon side of things. So posts are going to be going away. Folks, I want to thank you again. Make sure to check down below for a link to subscribe to our newsletter to hear these in real time, not just from me talking. If you're sick of me talking, you definitely want to check out the newsletter because I don't talk in that at all. It's just you reading some more facts. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated for all of our new episodes where we talk with various different experts on various different topics. And also our new segment, the Velocity Seller Showdown, is coming out. We're filming some episodes now. We're kind of stockpiling them before we put out a bunch. And I'm excited to get into some heated debates. Not heated. We want to be not dramatic, but we want you to argue your point. This will not be a reality TV show where things go crazy, unfortunately. But it still will be very entertaining to see two experts in their field arguing on points that they disagree on. So make sure to check out all of that. I will have descriptions down below for all of it, or descriptions. I will have links in the description down below for all of it. And thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something today. I'm Velocity Pete, and I will see you next week.